It's lovely to speak to you.
Nice to speak to you. Sorry for taking that.
No, not at all. I loved The Batman. I've seen the whole of The Penguin now.
Oh, you have?
I have. I managed to get through it, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, cool.
The Penguin felt so fresh and gritty, and there was also, for me, and I've seen other fans say as well, kind of a sense of nostalgia for shows like The Sopranos, and people have even drawn comparisons between your Oz and James Gandolfini's Tony Soprano. I was just wondering how you felt about those comparisons that some fans have made.
I've only seen 2 episodes of Sopranos, but I know from those 2 episodes, I know from Gandolfini's work in a slew of films through the years, James Gandolfini's work, that's fine. That's totally fine. I mean, God, I've been compared to worse in my time. And I know that Sopranos was kind of a turning point, a kind of a in the history of the evolution of television as well, and what was capable in regards to dramatic narrative in television. So, yeah, Sopranos is supposedly one of the... Have you seen The Sopranos?
I haven't. It's one of those, it's been on my list, and I just
You haven't seen it, so I have it to look forward
yet.
to as well. I haven't even seen Breaking Bad either. I've seen old Game of Thrones. I feel they're kind of the 3, Game of Thrones, Soprano, and Breaking Bad somehow, and I've the 2 of them yet to see. But yeah, that's a lovely comparison. That's cool, because I know the show was extraordinary.
And I mean, your performance as Oz is so extraordinary as well. And there's been a lot of, you're welcome, there's been a lot of talk about your physical transformation. I would love to hear also about the preparation that you made mentally for this role.
Yeah.
You know, coming back to play Oz, we see him do awful things. We also learn about his backstory as well. So how did you prepare mentally to return to this character?
I was doing a film on the west coast of Ireland when Matt Reeves and Dylan Clark, Matt's producing partner, told me that they hired Lauren LeFranc to be the showrunner and the primary writer, and Lauren was amassing a team of writers, her writer's room, and they arranged for us to have a Zoom, me and Matt and Dylan and Lauren, and she shared with me what the 8 hours was going to be about, what the story entailed, and how she was going to explore Oz's journey. It was all there. It was all there in the page. You know, there wasn't that much research to do. It was just a case of taking really there was 450 or 500 pages of drama that they wrote, and it was all extraordinary, and it was twisting and turning, and it was full of regret, and it was full of vengeance, and it was full of sorrow and pain, and it was full of nefarious activities and violence and longings and disappointments. It was so rich. It was Greek in its kind of tragedy and elements, you know. So I just took that and just allowed the imagination to have free reign. You know, that what was written mixed with what Mike Marino created was kind of an extraordinary source of inspiration for me. It was kind of, and then you just end up being like obsessed by it, you know. It kind of becomes, you know, your kids are 3,000 miles away, your family's 3,000 miles away, you're in a hotel room, and this is your purpose in life for this 3 or 5 months. And so you lean into that, and you spend most of your waking hours going over it and thinking about it and thinking about backstory and thinking about certain scenarios and situations the character might find themselves in that aren't in the script or are, and all of a sudden it begins to have a life's energy of itself. So it's of you, but outside of you, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Just lastly, we know that the Penguin is going to be returning in the sequel to the Batman. Is there anything you can say about, you know, where his story is going to lead for that sequel, or your hopes?
No clue. No hopes. No hopes. Not in general. I shouldn't put my hands like that means in general, but hopes in life. But in relation to this, no. And this all seems very fresh. Like, we only wrapped. Someone said the other day we just wrapped, what, February? God, we only wrapped in February. It seems fresh and yet so long ago. But I have no idea what the second film is going to hold. I know Matt's been head down, bent over, trying to figure it out. And this whole world, I mean, this 8 hours of television called The Penguin, it had to fit in with Matt's universe. Like, Matt is the wizard of the whole thing. This universe is all his creation, obviously sourcing it from all the material and filtering all the material that's gone on before, since the Penguin first appeared in 1941 and Batman and whatever it was before that. But yeah, Matt's an extraordinary writer, an extraordinary artist, and he cares so much about the material and the fans and this world. So I'm really excited to see what the second film holds.
The Wizard of Gotham.
The Wizard of Gotham, that's Matt Reeves, for sure.
It's been a real pleasure to speak to you.
Lovely
Thank
speaking
you
to you.
so
Thanks
much.
a million for taking